Welcome to yet another episode of Pause Talk. And today we have a guest who is so established, and once we hear her story, you will know that how come she has taken this pause and brought out this different mindset, and that is how she is here today. So welcome Shweta Ojha. Thank you, Shweta, for joining us today on the Pause Talk. And Shweta is a personal branding strategist. She's a LinkedIn coach and consultant. And she's also a community leader and mentor. So we are so happy and so fortunate to have Shweta on our show today. Shweta, I would like you to please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you so much for having me. And I am simply loving the effort that you're making to bring out these stories and nudge women who are who had taken a pause and actually inspiring them to, you know, press the reset button, so as to say. So thank you so much for having me. And I hope this conversation, if anybody listens in future and if it does serves the purpose that we both have set out to, I'll be more than happy. As far as my introduction is concerned, you pretty much covered. But what I would say is that I was the conventional commerce student and got married just after my PG. I was a homemaker till about 2016. I'm still a homemaker, like I'm not devoid of that. And I started my career in 2016 when I was 41 years of age. So you can do the math now. And my journey from there has been really amazing, challenging, and enriching. These are the three adjectives that I can think of when I talk about my journey from there. So from a homemaker to an employee to an entrepreneur and now an employer. So in the span of whatever 5 years, this much is what has happened in my life. So that's me. I am a personal branding strategist. I help professional CXOs, senior leaders, to build thought leadership on LinkedIn. That's my area of expertise.
Wonderful. So wonderful. So I think I can join you very shortly now for your guidance. I will be really happy to have you as my mentor. No, yeah.
Any day.
Right. So, as you have just told us that you were a homemaker, not that you are not now, but yes, we all are homemakers at the end of the day. But having a parallel role as a entrepreneur or as a businesswoman or something like that is also a different kind of a ball game altogether, because we have to balance again two sides. But then when did you face that pause, like, because you said you had your own PG degree and everything, so when did you face that pause, and was it a self imposed or a forced one?
See, when I look back, I have actually spent most of my life thinking that it was forced. But as you grow and as you mature, you realize that it wasn't actually forced as much as it was imposed. So it was a mix of both. So when you are really passionate about something, when you are high on self belief, then whatever, even if it is forced, you put your foot down and you take that step. So everybody has a choice, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
It's only thing that we don't, at times we are not powerful enough to exercise or aware enough to exercise that choice. तो कह देना कि दुनिया की वजह से ऐसा हुआ था is very simple and easy.
Yeah.
But deep down, I believe most women will think that, if you had the guts to kind of take that step, and you could convince your folks, or you could change the atmosphere or circumstances, अपने हाथ में होती है अपनी जिंदगी बदलना.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
So I read this yesterday itself, after we had this initial conversation, that opportunities come to us in many ways.
Hmm.
It's up to us that are we ready to change.
Yes.
So as I said, I believe yesterday to you too, that uh, rather than thinking was it imposed or forced, I would like to put it that maybe I was not ready.
Hmm.
So when you're ready and opportunities come to you, you are able to decipher that opportunity and grab it.
Correct. Correct. Very well said. Very well said, Shweta. So usually we blame the circumstances, we begrudge our lives when we are not able to when we are not able to fulfill our young or youth days dreams. We have studied so much probably, and we have not been able to bring forth that potential out. So we start blaming the environment. But yeah, it is not only about the qualification, it is also about the inner development. That is what is most important, because not of the institutes are only teaching the qualification, the education part, the knowledge part. But it is so important, and that is where the coaches come in actually nowadays, that they are able to help you to build your core values, because those values when combined with your knowledge is actually going to help you to move forward, press forward where you would have brought yourself down, or where you would have also probably not been able to bring out your potential fully. So let us please give us that opportunity, all of you, to bring your potential out. Yes, Shweta, so coming over to the next one, you wanted to say something?
So I was just saying that, I wish in our generation, our parents had such coaches so they could do the parenting well. And, you know, the opportunities that we have as parents, our parents actually didn't have.
Didn't have, yes.
So let's give it to them. They did what they best they could.
Absolutely.
Uh, Obviously, I am not denying that societal pressures and circumstances do damp your spirits. But
Yes,
if you have to ride through the tides, then you have a choice to do that. That's what I'm
correct.
coming. मतलब difficult है और सबके लिए मुश्किल है, but इसीलिए ये inspiring है कि जो ये कर
Yes.
लेता है वो inspiration बन जाता है.
Right, right, right. So the lessons with that we are learned very hard way actually make your way. That is how I can say
That well said.
it. So, how did you start your professional career then? Yes, at the age of 41 in 2016 is then when you started. I got to know. So, how did it happen and how did it start?
So, as I said, earlier, that opportunities come to you in many ways, and if you're ready for the change, you grab that opportunity. So, God has been kind, and that opportunity came my way. I mean, I can say it just fell on my lap, so as to say. But there were other things that actually helped me be ready to take that opportunity, and which
Hmm.
were, I uh, as a hobby, I started trekking, I started focusing on my health, I started participating in marathons, etc. So while doing that, you don't really realize that what kind of positive uh, impact it is having, or the dent in your personality that's getting made to carve a new you. uh,
Hmm.
but it now, if I look back and connect the dots, I believe that a lot of those things were also instrumental in preparing me to take that opportunity.
Hmm.
So in 2016, I was reached out by a friend whom I had trekked Everest Base Camp with. And during those conversations, as complete strangers trekking for 19 days together, we we pretty much talked about everything. And when I came back, almost 6 months, close to 4 5 months after that, uh, I was reached out by them, and they said that we run an HR consulting firm. It's a very small startup setup, and we are looking for someone for business development role. And would you be keen in taking that up? I mean, it was it was out of the blue. I still remember vividly. I was sitting at my brother's place, and there was this call, and would you like to come for an interview? And I was like, okay, um, should I even take up career? And that it was a very jittery moment.
Yeah.
कि अच्छा खासा चल रहा है, हाउसवाइफ लाइफ में सेटल हो गए हैं, kids are in their 10th standards and 12th standards, and how do I even think about starting a career right now? And the whole house was spoiled for a housewife. So I was there were 50 questions going on in my head when I was actually conversing on that call. But then I thought that there's nothing to lose to go in, because I am anyway not aspiring, so let me just try this interview.
Yeah.
And I believe I was super confident in the interview, because I was like, karo ya nahi karo.
Nothing to lose.
So, but to be honest, they really nudged me that please do not undermine your potential and give yourself a chance. And that was kind of a hit on my ego, so as to say. And ego is not always bad; it's good actually.
Yeah.
So, I told them that, see, I'm not qualified in HR, I'm not qualified in sales, and you're asking me to sell HR services, that too for business owners. So you will have to give me some gestation period for me to kind of see myself as a career woman, leave apart everything else. So don't pay me till the time I'm able to, grapple everything and start delivering. So, because I didn't want that stress on my head, I
Correct.
could take my time to kind of change tracks and align. They were pretty supportive. They gave me all the flexi timings. They were like not bothered whether I come to office or not, as far as I'm doing my work. That kind of a support, not everyone gets, to be
Yes.
honest. And that's the reason I was able to pull through. And one beauty of this opportunity, and I believe, पहले मुझे कभी डेस्टिनी में विश्वास नहीं होता था. हालांकि हम लोग पंडित से, हम तो पत्री देख के काम करते थे, but I was the one who was like more karma oriented.
Yes.
And but I now believe that it was destiny.
Yes.
Because, somehow this opportunity, in the 4.5 years that I worked with this organization, I got an accelerated learning because of solid mentorship by the founder, who happens to be a friend now, and by the virtue of being in the startup space where there's no designated role as such. You pretty much do everything. So right from managing events, organizing events, to doing sales calls, to marketing campaigns, to sales, to managing the recruitment team, to soliciting leads, going on networking events, anything and everything that would come under the banner of business development, marketing, and sales, I was doing. So there was a very, very high level of accelerated learning that I had. Had I gone to a corporate kind of a setup, I don't know.
Yes.
I wouldn't have gotten this kind of an opportunity. So that is how my professional journey started.
Yes, so nice.
As an employee. And in 2020, when COVID hit, this organization, we were catering to a small business owners. So we lost a lot of clients. And that was the time that we started looking at options. And I thought it was good not to pile my salary, because there was nothing that I was doing at that point in time. So I thought that let's pause. I in fact told my founders that I can't see myself doing anything else what I'm doing. So I may just come back.
Correct.
So but destiny had other plans, and during COVID I invested heavily on upskilling myself, identifying where to go next, and this is how my evolution as a LinkedIn coach and consultant happened. And there's a little story behind it. and that's where I am. Yeah.
Yes, yes, so nice. One thing which I can get from what you have spoken just now is when we are able to come out of our comfort zone, it is then that the real growth happens. Because as a homemaker, we get so used to that environment. First, we blame and then we settle in, and when we say, this is fine, I'm okay here, why should I disturb myself and my peer loved ones around me? And but then again, if you think about that, when those loved ones start to leave you, the children going to hostels and on their journey to next phase of life, and then you sit down and say, agar maine us samay ye kiya hota, I would have been so this and that. So good, you took that decision and you were able to crack
I'll
it into
be very
it.
honest with you. There were multiple situations where I thought of giving up,
Huh.
and as as anybody else. So I
Right.
thought of giving up. I thought of buying peace and giving up my dreams. Uh, I also had this, and still to an extent, I'll admit, have this "I'm not good enough"
Hmm.
syndrome,
Hmm.
and uh, and I'm battling with it. Only
Hmm.
thing is कि कंफर्ट जोन की जो आपने बात कही थी, I believe the marathons and the trekking expeditions actually was way beyond my comfort zone anyhow.
Yes, that is why. So unless we are
Those
breaking that
started,
barrier, no?
yeah,
Yeah.
those started kind of creating the foundation that I'm ready to, I started my own community, LinkedIn Local Thane, as a social entrepreneur. I started working. So all those small things which just happened, and I just grabbed it. I
Yes.
had a post on LinkedIn also that I'm a river person. So I'm like, ठीक है, सामने पत्थर आ गया, या तो उसके ऊपर से निकल जाओ या साइड से निकल जाओ, रास्ता बना
Yes.
लो. So that's
Bilkul.
how things happened. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is so wonderful because you just said it is not about only to coming to the professional side, but as a person, you started to change or transform yourself because you came out of that comfort zone. You went for the trekking. You started to look for your betterment of your own health first. That was the beginning. But first beginning starts from the mind. We all know that it is the mind that first changes, and then we start to work on the body also. So that is what is my next question, that when this pause happened, actually this was a pause and you to reflect yourself, so to change that kind of a mindset. So now how does that changed mindset has helped you to be a woman that you are today?
So first thing is the pause per se literally happened when I got married and I wasn't working. I did pick up some gigs here and there, but I would not qualify as a career woman. I was not chasing to become a career woman because I thought it was too much to fight for. Uh, so I don't know whether I would qualify that as a pause per se. But yes, ever since I started my journey at the age of 41, 2020, lockdown was definitely a pause.
Hmm.
Uh, so that is where, the whole mindset, because I was mature enough. I was not as naive as I was earlier. I was also, I even contemplated, Monica, on the question that should I go back to homemaking and
Hmm.
make a career for good. And all those moments of uh, reflections actually helped me be more determined in what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Because solopreneurship and entrepreneurship is anything but fancy.
Yes,
it
absolutely.
does give you
Absolutely.
it does give you exponential growth, which you would definitely not get anywhere in your career. Uh,
Hmm.
so, like, if I was earning, say, 15,000 rupees, I would perhaps earn now in the span of 2.5 years, 10 times that.
Yes.
The thing is that it's not that easy.
Hmm.
So, when you're looking for entrepreneurship as an option, especially for women, I'm seeing that more looked at as hobby,
Hmm.
just glorified hobby. It's not
Yeah.
taken seriously as a business
Hmm.
enterprise by her,
Yes.
by her family,
Correct.
everybody around her.
Yes.
वो कुछ कर रही है busy रहने के लिए.
Correct,
That's the
correct.
kind of impression that you get from your surrounding.
Absolutely.
You have to be very, very firm that it's a proper business that
Hmm.
you're trying to build. And sadly to say, if it was your spouse, वो अगर स्ट्रगल भी कर रहे होते तो पूरी फैमिली पूरी सराउंडिंग ही इज ट्राइंग टू बिल्ड अ बिजनेस का
Ab-
नैरेटिव होता, राइट?
Correct.
But when it is women, it is never that narrative. And it starts sinking in the women's mind also, कि
Hmm.
अब ठीक है, घर तो चल रहा है ना, मतलब हुआ तो
हाँ.
ठीक है, नहीं हुआ तो ठीक है.
Correct, correct,
But
correct.
when you set out with determination and conviction and you really want to make it work and scale and have that really crazy goals for yourself, that's when actually uh that mindset, to answer your question, actually helped me to become the woman whom I am now. Because
Hmm.
it's not funny, I was always a mediocre student, Monica, and now that I'm consulting the IITs and I am graduates with 25, 30 years of work experience in the who's who of the organizations, it is intimidating कि मैं उनको क्या ही सिखाऊंगी.
Absolutely.
I
Fudus, fudus.
I am, and I blatantly now tell them that, pardon me, my analogies will come from home only. So
Yeah.
because that's where my area of expertise is, so as to say.
Yes.
And
Experiences.
things which I was apologetic about when I started my career, I understand now that आप जो नैरेटिव खुद के दिमाग में मान के चलते हो और जो आप बोलते हो लोगों को, लोग वैसा परसीव करते हैं.
Correct, correct. Very well said.
So I was like, okay. And I initial few clients, I would say that I was very apologetic in terms of, okay, pardon me. But they say you don't come with corporate baggage, you have fresh ideas, you have fresh perspectives, and that's what is refreshing for us because we think from a different lens altogether.
Yeah, yeah.
तो जो मुझे लग
Absolutely.
रहा था मेरी वीकनेस है वो मेरी स्ट्रेंथ बन गई.
Correct, correct. Wonderful, so wonderful. So this is such a big learning for all of us here,
We
Shweta, for all
undermine
of us.
ourselves. We undermine ourselves
So
because of the
undermine
narrative that's
ourselves.
being told to us, the conditioning that we
Correct.
have had.
Conditioning is the word because we have been conditioned to think over and over the same thing. Even if you're not doing thing, it is okay. It is fine. घर तो चला रहे हो ना, that is fine. बाकी कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So that actually helps women now because a woman who really wants to come out of that pause, she can first thing is to change the narrative which she is telling to herself. The chatter which is going in her mind needs to give a different flavor. She has to change that. And for that, once she has done that, then the determination with which she will come out, people will start to perceive her in a different light altogether.
True.
Yeah, so this
But
is,
one
yeah.
thing that I want to add, and I see a lot of women doing that intent matters, Monica. So the
Hmm.
intent with which you do anything,
Yeah.
any whether you're a homemaker or a career woman, uh, or a parent or whatever it is.
Yes, yes.
Because I see women, chest beating about being very feminist and हमें दुनिया
Yeah.
करके दिखाना है और हमें प्रूव करना है और हम अपने पति से ज्यादा कमा के दिखाएंगे और हम नीचा दिखाएंगे. I It's very short lived.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very and if you set out with that purpose, high chances that you're not going to go there.
Anywhere. Yeah, yeah. Anywhere.
So my humble request to women who are listening, that you have to be very, very clear in your
Hmm.
head as to what is the intent with which you want to start this.
Correct. Correct. So once you have taken that pause or you were not able to come out of that pause, I think this talk will help you to give that nudge, that push to understand that simple steps, change the narrative, set an intention, upskill yourself, and just unleash yourself. Very
बस
simple
क्या आपने
steps.
तो पूरी टेम्पलेट बना दिया मोनिका जी. I'm completely pro with women who want to keep themselves gainfully occupied and not really go into the arena of building a business. That's perfectly fine. Everything is a choice.
yes,
ऐसा
yes.
नहीं है कि दुनिया में सबको बिजनेस करना जरूरी है। और मुझे
बिल्कुल.
इस बात से बहुत परहेज है कि सबको रईस बनना चाहिए,
हाँ.
सबको ये होना चाहिए। सबकी अपनी अपनी सक्सेस की डेफिनेशन है, अपने अपने लाइफस्टाइल की डेफिनेशन है, एंड आई रिस्पेक्ट दैट।
Correct, correct.
You should not lie to yourself.
Yes, yes.
If you
Truthfulness.
if you're claiming in the whole wide world that you're a solopreneur or a business entrepreneur, and you're practically in your head pursuing it as a hobby, that's where my disagreement is.
Wonderful. Important is to come out of your comfort zone. Even if you're not earning, it is not about earning the financial freedom that people want you to have.
It is very important.
It is important, but what I say always, Shweta, financial freedom is not about earning the money. Financial freedom is that you, whatever finances you have, you are happy with it. You earn, but you're not happy, then that is not financial independence. Because you're so dependent on that money that you end up losing all the happiness. And why are you earning? But you were okay homemaker, you were not satisfied. Again, you start to earn, still you are not satisfied. So where is your life taking you?
True. But Monica, in this journey of entrepreneurship and social media put together, it's very easy to get sidelined, sidetracked by okay, ये करके देखते हैं, इससे ये हो जाएगा, ये करके देखते हैं। एक फोकस के साथ में काम करना, एक अपनी पेस के साथ में पीस बनाना, ये डिफिकल्ट होता है।
Correct.
You get really allured. So this is where your identification of what intent you have started, what are your core values, all these things anchor you at the right time. So even if
Correct.
you feel you're getting distracted, just pause, and
Yeah.
regular interval pauses are necessary.
Yes. Yes.
So pause is not always bad, it's good at times.
No, no, not at all. Pause is the best thing to happen. That is why my whole journey is all about radical pause, taking that radical pause. When we talk about pause, which was imposed or probably you were forced to that, but it is so important because if I'm talking about women who have been career women all throughout and now they want to take that pause. So we are here to help you take that radical pause so that you're able to self reflect and again bring out something which is dead in you, something which can again live become alive. So you can reach out for even that here. Yeah. So lastly, Shweta, I just want you to give one small message to our women who you can just shake them up.
Shake them up. Okay. Firstly, I would want to say that to any woman, like especially women who have not yet, if you have the audience of homemakers, to homemakers, I would like to say that no work experience is not equal to no experience.
Hmm.
Okay, so you do have experience, and don't undermine that experience. So don't think that you don't have experience because you do not have work experience. This is number
Yes.
one. Number two, I have a motto. I believe it's written somewhere on LinkedIn that it takes courage to own your story. So owning your story is very important. When you
Yes.
have owned it in your mind, you are confident to narrate it.
Correct.
You would see women around who are completely unapologetic about the way they live because they own their story. Now, it is courageous to own your story, and it takes determination to design your story. Now, once you've owned it, अच्छा ये ओन तो कर लिया है, बट इसको अब डिजाइन करना है अपने हिसाब से, नए तरीके से, तो क्या करना है? तो यू नीड डिटर्मिनेशन फॉर दैट, एंड इट टेक्स परसिवरेंस टू इंस्पायर थ्रू योर स्टोरी. सो डिजाइन करने का सोच लिया, रात में सोचा, सुबह उठ के कुछ नहीं किया, तो परसिवरेंस चाहिए उसके लिए. So if you persevere with determination and courage, you will inspire people through your story.
Superb, superb. Amazing. This is a thought which can really, really shake a woman. If you just, even if you don't hear the whole thing, I will put it down. Just go to the last and listen to the last words because those are the gems.
And trust me, courage can only come from within.
Yeah.
You cannot look for it anywhere else. It is unfair to people around you to kind of seek courage from them. No,
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
is something that will come from within only.
Yeah. Yeah. So just stand up and bring out that courage which is already there inside you. We
Yeah,
all have that courage. We all have that compassion, that wisdom, that life condition. We all have it. We just have to bring that out, bring forth that, and you can really shine brightly so that you continue to inspire others to come on that journey. That is how Shweta has done it. What Shweta has done it, we all can do it. We can all be that one person who can just bring out that inner core values and really help others to come on the same path. And let us create this kind of a ripple effect for so many women now. So thank you so much, Shweta. It was really enjoyable, enlightening to be with you here on Post Talk. And thank you so much for sparing your time to be here.
thank you so
And
much, Monica, and I love what you're doing, and keep doing it, because this is the most selfless thing that I've seen people doing. Uh, Amazing, amazing. I hope we are able to make some dent through this video.
yes, yes,
Thank you so much.
absolutely. Thank you so much. And anybody who is listening to this and really want to unleash yourself, you can DM me and you can be the next guest here to inspire through your own story. So we are here to be together. Thank you so much. Namaste.